Some people smile at your face while secretly wishing for your downfall. They ask about your day while internally hoping it was terrible. They congratulate your success while privately plotting your failure. These people exist in every workplace, friend group, and even family circle. They have mastered the art of fake concern and false friendship. What makes this situation so dangerous is that these individuals appear to care about you. They remember your birthday. They check on you during tough times. They even offer help when you need it most. But underneath this caring mask, something much darker is brewing. Their kindness comes with hidden motives, and their support always has strings attached. The problem is that most people cannot spot these fake friends until it is too late. By the time the damage is done, these pretenders have already gathered your secrets, undermined your confidence, and poisoned other relationships in your life. They strike when you are most vulnerable because they have been studying your weaknesses all along. Today, we are going to expose the 5 clearest signs that someone hates you but pretends to care. These signs are so subtle that even smart people miss them completely. But once you learn to recognize these patterns, you will never fall victim to fake friends again. This information is crucial, so please do not skip any part of this video. If you want to save time, watch at 1.5 or 2 times speed instead of jumping around. Every detail matters for your protection. Now let me ask you something funny. Have you ever gotten a compliment that made you feel worse instead of better? Like when someone says, "Wow, you actually look really good today," and you think, "Wait, what did I look like yesterday?" That right there is your first red flag waving at you like a crazy person at a sports game. These fake friends have turned compliments into weapons, and they are so good at it that most people actually thank them for the insult. It is like getting punched in the face and saying, "Thank you for the workout." The psychology behind this is simple but cruel. They want to make you feel small while appearing supportive, and backhanded compliments are their favorite tool. Here is how they operate. They will say things like, "You are so brave for wearing that outfit," or "I wish I had your confidence to post pictures like that." On the surface, these sound like compliments, but underneath, they are telling you that your outfit is questionable and your photos are embarrassing. They hide their true feelings behind fake praise. These people have mastered the art of making you second-guess yourself. They will say, "You are so lucky your boss likes you," instead of, "You deserve that promotion." They minimize your achievements by attributing them to luck rather than your hard work and talent. When you get a new job, they say, "Well, the job market is really good right now," instead of celebrating your skills. The reason this tactic is so effective is because it plants seeds of doubt in your mind gradually. One backhanded compliment might make you pause for a second, but 100 of them over time will make you question everything about yourself. They erode your confidence so slowly that you do not even realize it is happening. Social media has made this even worse. They will comment, "So pretty" on your photo, but then text their friends about how filtered and fake you look. They will like your success posts, but make comments like, "Must be nice to have connections," or "Some people have all the luck." They appear supportive publicly while tearing you down privately. The emotional damage from this behavior runs deep. When someone constantly gives you compliments with hidden insults, your brain starts to expect negativity even from genuine praise. Real compliments start to feel suspicious, and you begin to analyze every positive comment for hidden meanings. This is exactly what they want, to make you paranoid and insecure. Here is the first sign out of 5 that someone hates you but pretends to care. They are experts at giving backhanded compliments. They cannot give you genuine praise without adding a twist that makes you feel bad. They remember every detail about what makes you insecure and use that information to craft their fake compliments perfectly. The language cues that reveal their true intentions are subtle but consistent. They use words like "actually," "surprisingly," "finally," and "at least" in their compliments. "You actually did great" implies they expected you to fail. "You look surprisingly good" suggests you usually look bad. You finally got it right means they think you usually get it wrong. Pay attention to how these people make you feel after their compliments. Genuine compliments lift you up and make you smile. Backhanded compliments leave you feeling confused, hurt, or angry, even though you cannot quite put your finger on why. Trust that feeling, because it is your instinct protecting you from their manipulation. Now, I want you to think about the last time you really needed help. Not just can you pass the salt help, but genuine, desperate, life is falling apart help. Who showed up for you? And more importantly, who suddenly became too busy to answer their phone? There is something heartbreaking about realizing that the person who always wants to know your business is nowhere to be found when you actually need them. These selective supporters have perfected the art of being available for drama, but absent during disasters. They will spend 3 hours dissecting your ex's new relationship with you, but when you lose your job, suddenly they have so much going on right now. The pain of this realization cuts deep because it forces you to confront an uncomfortable truth about people you thought cared about you. When your world is crumbling and you reach out to someone you considered a close friend, their response tells you everything you need to know about where you stand in their life. These people show up for the entertainment value of your problems, but disappear when you need actual support. They want front-row seats to your struggles because it makes them feel better about their own lives. Your pain becomes their distraction, your vulnerability becomes their gossip material, and your trust becomes their currency. Think about how they respond when you share something serious with them. A real friend will ask, "What can I do to help?" Or, "Do you want to talk about it?" But these fake friends respond with things like, "Oh wow, that is crazy," or "I cannot believe that happened," and then immediately change the subject to something about themselves. They offer help, but it always comes with conditions that make you feel like you owe them something. They will help you move, but they will complain about it for months and bring it up every time they need a favor. They will lend you money, but they will make you feel guilty about it and constantly remind you of their generosity. Watch how they react to your problems versus how they expect you to react to theirs. When they have a minor inconvenience, they expect your full attention and sympathy. But when you have a major crisis, they minimize it with phrases like, "At least you have," or "It could be worse," or "Everything happens for a reason." Here is the second sign out of 5 that someone hates you but pretends to care. They are selectively supportive. They pick and choose when to be there for you based on what they can get out of the situation. If your problem is entertaining, they are all ears. If your problem requires actual effort or emotional labor from them, they suddenly become unavailable. A genuine friend shows up consistently, especially during your darkest moments. They do not keep score of their kindness or make you feel guilty for needing help. They celebrate your victories without making it about themselves, and they support you through defeats without making you feel like a burden. The selective support system reveals their true feelings because it shows they view your relationship as transactional. They are only interested in what they can extract from your experiences, not in actually helping you through them. This behavior is a clear indication that they see you as entertainment rather than as someone they genuinely care about. If you are getting value from this information and want to support the work we are doing here, smash that subscribe button if you have not already. It really helps us reach more people who need to hear these truths about toxic relationships. Right now, I want you to stop and think about someone in your life who knows everything about you. They remember your childhood trauma, your biggest fears, your most embarrassing moments, and your deepest secrets. They have this incredible memory when it comes to your personal information. But here is the question that will change everything for you. What do they do with all that information? This realization might be the most important thing you learn today, because it will completely shift how you view certain relationships in your life. Information harvesters are not just nosy people who like to know your business. They are strategic collectors of your vulnerabilities, and they store every piece of personal information you share like weapons in an arsenal. These people have turned conversation into interrogation, and they are so skilled at it that you actually enjoy talking to them. They make you feel heard and understood, while they are actually mining your soul for ammunition. They ask follow-up questions that seem caring, but are really designed to extract more details they can use later. Watch how their memory works. They forget your birthday, your promotion, your achievements, and your happy moments. But they remember with crystal clarity every mistake you have made, every person who has hurt you, and every insecurity you have shared. Their selective memory is not accidental, it is strategic. When you are in a good mood and sharing positive news, they respond with disinterest or quickly change the subject. But when you are vulnerable and sharing your struggles, suddenly they become the most attentive listener in the world. They feed off your pain because it gives them power over you. Here is where it gets really sinister. They bring up your past mistakes and traumas in casual conversation, usually in front of other people. They will say things like, "Oh, that reminds me of when you told me about your ex who cheated on you," or "This is just like that time you got fired from your job." They disguise it as relating to the conversation, but really they are exposing your private business. The most painful part is when you realize they have been sharing your secrets with others while pretending it was accidental. They will say, "I probably should not tell you this, but..." and then reveal something deeply personal you told them in confidence. When confronted, they act shocked and claim they did not realize it was supposed to be private. These information harvesters understand that knowledge is power, and they have been quietly building a database of everything that makes you human. They know exactly what buttons to push to make you doubt yourself, what topics to bring up to make you uncomfortable, and what secrets to reveal to damage your reputation. Here is the third sign out of 5 that someone hates you but pretends to care. They harvest your personal information like a data mining company. They remember your pain, forget your joy, and use your vulnerabilities against you. They turn your trust into their weapon and your secrets into their social currency. The difference between genuine interest and information mining is simple. People who truly care about you protect your privacy, celebrate your victories, and use your shared experiences to strengthen your bond. Information harvesters use your shared experiences to weaken your position and strengthen their control over you. This insight alone could save you years of emotional damage and betrayal. If you find this information valuable and want to support our mission of helping people identify toxic relationships, you can leave a donation by clicking the thanks button below this video. Every contribution helps us continue creating content that genuinely changes lives. Now let us continue. This next lesson is massive and should never be taken lightly, because it reveals something so dark about human nature that most people refuse to acknowledge it exists. The people who smile at your success while secretly working to destroy it are the most dangerous enemies you will ever face, because they operate from within your inner circle. Success saboteurs are not just people who feel envious of your achievements. They are individuals who have made it their mission to ensure you never rise above the level they think you deserve. They have appointed themselves as the gatekeepers of your potential, and they will do everything in their power to keep you small. When you share exciting news about a new opportunity, their response is immediate and predictable. Instead of genuine excitement, you get comments like, "Are you sure you're ready for that?" or "That sounds really stressful," or "I hope you know what you're getting into." They disguise their sabotage as concern for your well-being. These people have perfected the art of killing dreams with kindness. They will sit you down and explain all the reasons why your goals are unrealistic, why your ideas will not work, and why you should be more practical. They position themselves as the voice of reason, but really they are the voice of limitation. The most devastating part of their sabotage is how they make you doubt your own capabilities. When you tell them about your promotion, they respond with, "Wow, they must have been desperate," or "I guess you were the only option." They cannot simply congratulate you, because that would mean acknowledging that you deserved something good. They have an incredible ability to find the flaw in every victory and the problem in every opportunity. You get accepted to your dream school and they talk about student debt. You start a new business and they share statistics about failure rates. You find love and they remind you about your past relationships that did not work out. Here is what makes them so effective at destroying your motivation. They sound like they are protecting you from disappointment. They claim they are being realistic because they care about you. But the truth is, they are terrified of your success because it exposes their own limitations and lack of courage. Watch how they react when you actually achieve something despite their discouragement. Instead of admitting they were wrong, they minimize your accomplishment or attribute it to external factors. You got lucky. The timing was perfect. You had connections. It was easier than expected. They cannot let you have credit for your own success. The language they use reveals their true intentions. Supportive language sounds like, "I believe in you. You can do this. I am proud of you, and you have what it takes." Sabotaging language sounds like, "Be realistic. Do not get your hopes up. Maybe you should reconsider," and "I just do not want you to get hurt." Here is the fourth sign out of 5 that someone hates you but pretends to care. They sabotage your success while pretending to protect you. They cannot celebrate your wins because your victories make them confront their own failures. They feel threatened by your growth because it highlights their stagnation. The reason they work so hard to keep you down is because your success forces them to face uncomfortable truths about themselves. If you can achieve your dreams, what excuse do they have for not pursuing theirs? Your courage exposes their cowardice, and your progress highlights their standing still. This behavior is not just about jealousy, it is about control. They want to keep you at their level because it makes them feel better about their own choices. When you start to rise above them, they lose their sense of superiority and their ability to feel better about themselves by comparison. Understanding this dynamic will change how you view the people in your life who consistently discourage your ambitions. Their negativity is not about protecting you from failure. It is about protecting themselves from feeling inferior. Your success is their mirror, and they do not like what they see reflected back at them. Now take a moment and think back through your relationships with the people closest to you. I want you to really reflect on this question. Is there someone in your life who always seems to be at the center of conflict, yet somehow never appears to be at fault? Someone who attracts drama like a magnet but always has clean hands when the mess gets exposed. This pattern is not coincidence, and it is not bad luck. This is the signature of someone who has mastered the art of creating chaos while maintaining an innocent facade. They are like arsonists who call the fire department. They create the emergency and then position themselves as the hero who tried to help. Think about the arguments that have happened in your friend group or family. How many of those conflicts can you trace back to something this person said or did? They have a gift for planting seeds of discord that grow into full-blown wars, and somehow they always manage to stand on the sidelines watching the destruction they created. These drama creators operate with surgical precision. They know exactly what to say to whom to create maximum chaos. They will tell Sarah that Jessica said something mean about her, then tell Jessica that Sarah is upset about something else entirely. They create a web of misunderstanding and mistrust, then sit back and watch relationships crumble. The most frustrating part is how they react when confronted about their role in the drama. They become the victim instantly. "I was just trying to help. I thought you should know. I cannot believe you would blame me for this. I was only looking out for you." They have an endless supply of innocent explanations for their destructive behavior. Reflect on how many times this person has shared concerns about other people in your life. They will come to you with stories about what others have said or done, always framing themselves as reluctant messengers who just thought you should know the truth. But notice how these revelations always create distance between you and others. They thrive on being the center of attention, even if that attention comes from negative situations. They would rather be known as someone who attracts drama than be ignored completely. They have learned that conflict generates engagement, and they are addicted to the energy that comes from chaos. Here is the fifth and final sign that someone hates you but pretends to care. They create drama in your life while maintaining an innocent act. They stir up trouble between you and others, then play the victim when the truth comes out. They have turned manipulation into an art form and chaos into their comfort zone. Think about the pattern of problems that seem to follow this person wherever they go. Drama does not just happen to them, they create it. They are not unlucky with relationships. They destroy them systematically. They are not victims of circumstances. They are architects of conflict. The reason they engage in this behavior is because they feed off negative energy and emotional chaos. Peaceful, stable relationships bore them because there is nothing for them to manipulate or control. They need dysfunction to feel relevant and powerful in other people's lives. When you start to recognize this pattern, you will see how they have been pulling strings in your life like a puppet master. Every argument they have mediated, every conflict they have helped resolve, every drama they have been involved in, look closer and you will find their fingerprints on the original problem. Now that you know these 5 signs, you have no excuse for letting these toxic people continue to poison your life. If you go back to accepting backhanded compliments, ignoring selective support, sharing your secrets with information harvesters, listening to success saboteurs, or tolerating drama creators, you are choosing to be a victim. You have been equipped with knowledge that most people never receive, and with that knowledge comes responsibility. The responsibility to protect your mental health, set boundaries with toxic people, and build authentic relationships with those who genuinely care about you. These fake friends have been stealing your peace, your confidence, and your happiness while pretending to be on your side. Now that you can see their tactics clearly, you have the power to stop them from continuing their destruction in your life. Distance yourself from people who consistently exhibit these behaviors. You do not owe them explanations, second chances, or your continued friendship. Your energy is precious, and you deserve to invest it in people who will appreciate and reciprocate your genuine care. Start paying attention to how people make you feel after interactions with them. Genuine friends leave you feeling uplifted, supported, and valued. Fake friends leave you feeling drained, confused, and questioning yourself. Trust your instincts because they are trying to protect you. You deserve real friendship, authentic care, and genuine support. Do not settle for less because you are afraid of being alone. It is better to have a small circle of real friends than a large group of fake ones who are secretly working against you. The algorithm has perfectly selected the next video you need to watch right now. That video popping up on your screen contains information that will transform your understanding of relationships even further. Click on it immediately because missing it would be the biggest mistake you could make after everything you have learned today.